revolt, and I have mentioned in detail against who and why. This is expose editor, and all videos are for age at least 21 or older. We say exactly what is thrown, and the facts are, and what the reaction is of throwing it back, maybe a little emphasis. I think it is my right and duty to report as expose editor what the true facts are. I review, summarize them, then concise, and try to present concise what the critical true facts are. And that is through assassinations, murder witnesses, grand theft, especially of Doc Castellano, also known as Doc.C. PhD Company, his tremendous achievements, and in the science field of the invention of the Xerox, it is technically still his company, and the laser beam, lattification electromagnetic radiation, the futuristic multi-purpose coherent beam. So obviously they have forcibly committed genocide against his father's family, and now him and his family. And of course he has the right and duty to raise his voice and demand his constitutional rights in chronological order, what occurred. You know, like he started off by overnight being at the top of our decision making by calling the FBI and saying that he had worked out a type of radiation bomb that used fission to have the heat to obtain a fusion bomb, at least 100 times more powerful. Do you understand? And then he, at such a young age, really did the tremendous foresight and proper of saying you can't have atomic bombs and fusion bombs, which are now up to 1,000 times more powerful than one dropped on Hiroshima. You understand? So he said that we have to not, if the Nazis, how crazy they were and genocidal, did not use poison gas in World War II, certainly today's countries and humanity cannot use radiation bombs. So we have to resolve our differences through diplomacy. Now that's how Doc Castellano, at that time Joseph, now Doc Castellano, of Doc.C. PhD Company, that's how he started at the top. But then he realized Hoover was what they used to call back in them days queer, immoral, and he said Hoover should be replaced at least on moral grounds, plus professional questions. And anybody who tried to get Hoover out was murdered, and their lives were ruined, or their lives were ruined. That's a true fact, and he has a litany of videos proving that. Now, these are the true facts. Now, today's president is an illegal president. That what they did to get him in, well, obvious then they have control of him. So, in effect, he is a Hooverist continuing genocide programs and cover-ups. He's at the head, then, of this corrupt Hooveristic system. And those who brought action, and there is in Wikipedia, is a real good article of bringing litigation bust Barack Obama. And those who brought it, some of them are high military, high respected officials and attorneys. But they get it thrown out to what they call lack of standing. And so Preacher Doc has suggested that I, the expose editor, to mention about this standing, lack of standing. And this is what is defined in the legal dictionary. I read through it once. Standing, the legal right of a person or group to challenge in a judicial forum the conduct of another, especially with respect to governmental conduct. In the federal system, litigants must satisfy constitutional standing requirements in order to create a legitimate case or controversy within the meaning of Article 3 of the Federal Constitution. An example, a taxpayer will have standing to challenge governmental conduct of the taxpayer if the taxpayer can establish, one, a logical link between the statutes and the type of legislative enactment attached, and two, a nexus between that status and the precise stature of the constitutional infringement alleged. I should use my reading glasses. And they cite 392 U.S. 83 102. The gist of the question of standing is whether the party seeking relief has alleged such a personal stake in the outcome of the controversy as to ensure that concrete adverseness, which sharpens the presentation of issues upon which the court so largely depends, for illumination of difficult constitutional questions. Then it cites 1418 U.S. 208, 237, citing 369 U.S. 186, 204. Then it says sleep political questions, which says it's in the definitely connected to political science. This is what Preacher Doc says. There was a case, at least several, through the years now I've been constantly at war, where a man was unemployed and he's looking for work, but his wife is working, and she had signed up with the reserve, and they have, I think, at least 2 or 3 children. Well, by signing up reserve, they called up the reserve to go to, I think this is Bush Jr. or it's been continuous. You read in quantity and quality the Wikipedia that I mentioned, and you will see, wow, and it's Wikipedia, Barack Obama, presidential eligibility litigation. You read that. I have. There's no question of the some of those are high-ranking military people, high-ranking people in the government and lawyers, law firms, groups, and it's all pushed aside by a judge saying there's lack of standing. So what is standing? Let me emphasize again what it says. The alleged such a personal stake in the outcome of the controversy as to ensure that the concrete adverseness which sharpens the presentation of issues upon which the court so largely depends for illumination of difficult constitutional questions. You mean to say, like a high-ranking military officer, or just officers and just enlisted men, just citizens, attorney, law firms, legal people in government, in various state legislation and government, don't have standing? What is this, a fierce, cruel joke? Just the ordinary citizen has the right by the Constitution, has standing, which Barack Obama, not born in the U.S., is not a U.S. citizen. He doesn't have standing. So what should be done? I say it's never too late. They impeach a Republican president. What, only a Republican president can be impeached? They impeach this Democratic president. The House of Representatives starts impeachment proceedings and investigate, was he born in the U.S.? If not, he's illegal and gets thrown out. One of them puts at the end of what they wrote that Obama is a fraud. I say he's part of the Hooverist cover-up of genocide, of assassinations that they know are assassinations that are being covered up, of murders, of murder witnesses that are being covered up, of forced taking, of grand theft, especially of my Xerox and laser beam. So standing, the legal right of a person or group to challenge in a judicial forum the conduct of another, especially with respect to governmental conduct, especially with respect to governmental conduct. So it's direct. They have direct stake in the outcome, whether or not they can be forced to go and kill people in another country by an illegal commander-in-chief. Isn't that the truth? I say start impeachment proceedings against this Obama and throw the illegal fella out. Now that's what they're saying, and that's what I present. And frankly, as expose editor, that's my opinion. And of course, you know, those are the true facts. So, what to do is what I honestly think should be done. Start illegal proceedings. Start proceedings that of impeachment that cannot be thrown out through lack of standing as in regular court, or bring it up then in the House of Representatives investigation into impeachment proceedings for this illegal president. And that's the true facts. And I say, thank you. Thank you, really.